Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second, Yuri. What about pockets? Well, I hate to say it, pockets really don't exist on Facebook. It's not about pockets, but rather impression inventory availability at the given time of your bid. Okay, so there's people who talk about pocket theory and the idea that pockets exist on particular audience segments, and sometimes they perform, and this pocket will work really well if you do it for this amount of time, and then you have to switch and the algorithm goes to a different button. Okay, forget that. There's no such thing as an audience pocket on Facebook. The only thing that exists on this type of platform is users and the time they spend on that platform. So time of impression. Okay, that's the only thing that matters. It's inventory availability and time of impression of that impression for your ad. So if the inventory is available and you are in the right bid, you will receive that priority placement. If your pixel's hot, it's hot. It's not a function of does a pocket exist in a particular audience and then it cools off. No. If you're converting and you have a good offer, then you're converting and you have a good offer and you can continue that. This can last for weeks as long as you have the right budget. So, and of course the right audience. And in this case it's open targeting. So open targeting is unlimited budget effectively. And can you get more volume out of it? So you can. And I've already talked about losing efficiency. You'll sacrifice ROAS for volume. And this isn't always true, but in most cases it is, especially as we start venturing out into this unknown territory. So from this slide, I really want you to understand one really key fact. There is no such thing as an audience pocket. There's no such thing as a lookalike audience pocket or an interest audience pocket. These are ebbs and flows of day-to-day advertising. Ebbs and flows means users are either online or they're not. They're either on the platform or they're not. They're either engaging with your ads or they're not. There's no such thing as sometimes they're hot and sometimes they're not, and sometimes you'll get that preferential treatment and sometimes you won't. If your budgets are high enough, you'll get exposed to the good inventory because Facebook's going to give you preferential treatment because you're spending a lot. That's it. And on manual bid, we could force that by actually increasing our bids. We can use something, we can actually push people out of auctions, other advertisers. We could push other ads out of auctions and prioritize our ads. Now, the one thing that nobody ever talks about is at what point in the user session does the ad get served, right? It's not one ad, one user, one impression. It's usually one ad, multiple users, and multiple impressions during that given that browsing period that the user is browsing the app. So multiple times they're going to get exposed to this message through the browsing session, right? So this has nothing to do with one time the user is going to see it and then tomorrow they may not. No, they're actually going to see it multiple times within a given session, and Facebook may know based on their own enriched data sets that there's a particular time that that user has warmed up and caught up on their social interactions to the point where they're now ready to convert on a particular ad. So Facebook actually knows what behaviors are going to trigger the best position for an ad to be placed. So there's going to be times in the user's journey, in the user's browsing session, whether it's in-app, whether it's online, does not matter. There's going to be a time that that user is going to be ripe for conversion. And Facebook will know to deliver your ad when it's ripe for that conversion event. Now, it has nothing to do with pockets. It has to do with the impression time, right? Or the impression availability. So again, anybody who tells you that there's ebbs and flows is right. And there's going to be ebbs and flows on daily traffic. There's going to be ebbs and flows on weekend traffic. And we need to know what to do when we experience these ebbs and flows. And this isn't so much about pockets. What we're going to talk about is what actions do we need to take on a bad day and on a good day. We're always going to have bad days as advertisers. We're not always going to be profitable. So in order for us to maximize the efficiency and the opportunities that we have for good days, we have to know what actions we need to take on those bad days to make them okay. So we can at least, if we're really running hot and we're running, our ads are running really negative, we can at least break even on these ads for that given day.